Well, hello and welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. My name's Dermot O'Leary and I am an author. I have here one of my books, Toto the Ninja Cat and the Mystery Jewel Thief. But what's the most important thing is I'm very happy and lucky to say that Toto herself has joined me here. So I've been lucky enough to be asked to read you an extract from Toto the Ninja Cat now. So Toto is my cat. She's my real cat. She is 95% blind, just to give you a background into the books. But when we first got her as a kitten, we realized quite early that she couldn't see too well, but she had incredible reactions and reflexes. And so we started calling her a little ninja, and that's where the idea of the books came from, that she's actually a real life cat ninja. And during the day, she does this a lot, but at night, she's out there solving crimes. So this is Cyril, the head raven, kicking off. Old Tom's collar is the most sacred object in our kingdom. It was bequeathed by the old Tom himself, the first animal guardian of Britain. His vow to protect our world has now passed down to Larry and Toto. While the other animals hung on every word, Sir Fluffy Paws was having none of it. It was clear he wasn't a fan of the ninjas. Rolling his eyes, he interrupted. Yes, all fine. Can we see the jewels? Cyril, unflustered, continued. Only two keys exist in the world. This one I keep in my plumage. The other is kept by the current holder of Tom's post, Larry. Without these keys, it's simply impenetrable. Now, if you'll follow me. He opened the door with a flourish, and they climbed the stone stairs beyond. Oh, my days, I can't wait to see this collar, Sock said as he bounded up excitedly. I've only seen it in pictures, but I know it's so beautiful. Silver nudged Toto. To think one day you'll be holding that key, sis, if those cats in Italy could see us now. After 2 flights, the party arrived at the landing. Cyril unlocked another door, which led to a small circular room, at the centre of which was a velvet curtain. Behold, he announced, and drew the velvet curtains to reveal nothing. It was just an empty glass case with its doors open. Everyone gasped. The whiskers on Larry's face drooped, and Cyril didn't look too much happier. The two old friends stared at each other in disbelief, as if to ask the same question. How could the collar be gone? The first animal to regain some composure was, unfortunately, Sir Wigbert Fluffy Paws III. This is an outrage! What do you two have to say for yourselves? You've lost the most precious thing this government owns, not to mention the embarrassment it's caused us in front of our distinguished guests, he announced. Oh, mon ami, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation, the ambassador piped up. He seemed to be trying to defuse the situation. There's Sir Wigbert Fluffy Paws III looking very, very irate. Oh, there's an explanation, all right. One of these two, or both of them more likely, have stolen it. Well, that's ridiculous, interrupted Toto. They were both with us the whole time. You can't accuse my boss without some proof. Oh, you heard the Raven say it himself. The only 2 keys in the world. Impenetrable. So answer me this, Missy. What more proof do I need? Who else could have taken it? Or are you telling me your boss is so incompetent he just let the collar be stolen? Toto hung her head and was silent, not entirely sure what to say. But next to her, Socks was shaking his paw. You old fool! Larry's the greatest cat that's ever been in 10 Downing Street. No one in their right mind would Adam and Eve what you're saying. Give it a rest, you muppet. Not wanting to be outdone by his little brother, but looking slightly confused, Silver rounded off the barrage of insults by saying, I'm not 100% sure what Soxy just said, but yeah, me too, you muppet. How dare you, Sir Fluffy Paws' fur was standing on end. He was so angry. This will be the end of the Ninja Cats, mark my word. It's clear you're all in on the heist. You've been far too independent and unruly, and now it's come to this. You, Raven, you'll be for the chop as well. Miss Snarlingfoot, that's the head of the CIA Criminal Investigation of Animals, Sheila Snarlingfoot, a very nice dog. Arrest them all. The room was totally still for a moment. No one was entirely sure what to do. 10 Alsatian police dogs were poised to make the arrest, but confused, they looked at Sheila for orders. She, in turn, looked pleadingly at Larry. However, the cat looked beaten and shrugged his shoulders and sat on the floor. I said arrest them all, Fluffy Paws screamed. Sheila reluctantly gave the orders to arrest Larry, Cyril, Toto, Silver, and Socks. Toto had to act fast. She was pretty sure she could take on all the Alsatians, but she wasn't too keen on fighting her friends and colleagues. Well, I know, you don't like it at all, do you? She was torn, but then Larry looked up and whispered one word so quietly that only her super sensitive hearing could just make out what he was saying. Run. At that, she knew what to do. 2 Alsatians closed in on her, but she had her bearings and could make out the walls of the room and a window to God knows where, but anywhere was better than here. Surprising the first dog, she ran towards him and slid between his legs to arrive at perfectly under the second, whose tail she grabbed to swing herself, I'll show you a picture in a minute, towards the wall, bouncing off it expertly. She grabbed both of her surprised brothers by the scruffs of their neck and landed on the window ledge. There we go. Great picture there too. On the other side of the room, Cyril and Larry were being led away in handcuffs, while the rest of the police were closing in on her. Larry looked up and shouted, "Hope lies under the milk trolley." But the 3 cats didn't have time to work out what he meant. With the dogs closing in, they took the only option available to them and jumped into the unknown.